Porsche just sent shockwaves throughout the automotive industry with the announcement of the fully electric 911. The company is certainly making a bold move by taking its flagship model electric. The question is, are consumers happy about it? And is this really the right move for the German empire? Let's find out. The 911 is a classic in the automotive world with unmatched performance and efficiency. The car's internal combustion engine has been iconic. Naturally, a lot of folks have not been all too enthusiastic about the change. But CEO Oliver Blume calmed down nerves by saying that an electric powertrain would only improve performance. That said, it's worth pointing out that even the CEO is not completely on board with fully electrifying the vehicle. No, in fact, the company will be coming out with a hybrid version. Additionally, like their consumers, Porsche loves the internal combustion on the 911 a little too much. Blume said that 911 will be the model that they'll drive as long as they can with a combustion engine. A hybrid or a plug-in hybrid means a vehicle that combines both an internal combustion and an electric one. Although the company is coming out with a hybrid version of the iconic sports car instead of an electric one, Porsche is still gunning to have a majority of their sales electric by 2030. However, CEO Blume made it clear that 20% of the sales not electric would definitely be because of the 911. Many have appreciated the company's honesty regarding the matter, but the most important question here is why Porsche can't make an electric version of the 911. Well, the issue doesn't have to do with anything regarding the charges for the car. It seems to be a design problem at large. So, what is the company doing? They're working on a very sporty hybridization of the car, and they have previous Porsche hybrid race cars to draw lessons from. What's more, with Porsche's advancements in battery technology, it's very much likely that they'll be able to give sports car enthusiasts a range that meets the bill. What's more, they've already been investing in charging stations at an unprecedented rate, so that when the hybrid 911 does launch, consumers will feel comfortable buying it. As for when the anticipated vehicle will make its debut, we don't know. However, CEO Blume did confirm to the Car magazine in January 2023 that the hybrid version is well on its way. There has also been another interesting development. According to Motor1.com, the 911 won't even be a hybrid now. Apparently, the electric vehicle we saw being tested at the Nürburgring will be employing self-charging technology adapted from the brand's Le Mans winning 919 endurance car, so they're making it a self-charging hybrid instead of a PHEV. This way would minimize the size of the battery pack and will help keep the weight down. If Porsche decided to go with a larger battery pack and the charging system with the 911, it would kinda not work, giving the car's smaller footprint. The good news is that Porsche plans to make this the meanest and baddest version of the 911. CEO Oliver said so in an interview with Top Gear, which is certainly impressive considering the 911 Turbo and GT-RRS versions of the sports car were crazy good. Porsche has been filling out this lineup with new variants, and so they could take any one of these versions and give them a hybrid makeover. That said, while Porsche might not be giving up on its electric version of the 911, Iervati is cooking up something else. With electrification on the horizon, there's no shortage of the classic 911 resto modes in the market in 2023. Oxfordshire firm Iervati has seen the success that awaits from them that comes with the electric Porsches. They've already made an impressive profit with their lineup so far, which includes the Cabriolet and Targa. And now they're spicing it up with the 911 ST inspired machine. It's a ground-up restoration with roots in the G-Series era. Of course, the car will be fully electric. If you pop the hood, you'll find a 62 kilowatt battery pack and a 440 bhp electric motor at the rear powering the electric powertrain. With those specs, the ST can hit 62 miles per hour in a matter of 4 seconds. That's almost quicker than a modern 922 Carrera. As far as the range is concerned, you can expect it to be somewhere around 200 miles. Of course, a lot of Porsche fans might be worried that an ST is built by chopping an original piece, but that's not the case. Only a few of these were built back in the 70s, and so the UK-based company does not do the unthinkable. No. Instead, the ST911 features a restored G-Series steel shell at its core, along with an ST-inspired body. Iervati design team has also gone with some lightweight measures to really nail the spirit of the classic. They made sure to go with weight features comparable to the 1970 ST. The original 911 ST weighed around 1,000 kilograms, but there's a small chance that Everati could reach that number, with the new car having a steel chassis, a battery, and a motor setup and all. The original 911 ST was made at a time when the creators never intended for it to be electrified, and so Everati had to update the design for a more modern version. They've added AC conditioning, an infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, and power steering. More importantly, the chassis now features a modern track drive suspension with adaptive dampeners. The best part is that the driver can control the varying amount of friction. The electric version of the car has been manufactured at the company's home base in Oxfordshire and will be sold with the firm's other classic EV conversions. Regardless of how well the 911 does in the market, it's worth noting that the Porsche didn't hesitate to take one of its flagship models electric. In fact, it signifies the brand's commitment to going green, something that is highly appreciated as concerns about worsening climate change pick up. On that note, the company is also investing $24 million in e-fuels. Porsche thinks that this move will help the company become more carbon neutral by 2030. E-fuels just act like gasoline, but they are carbon neutral. This way, consumers who love the internal combustion engines can stick to driving their cars while going green. Porsche already announced the production of a carbon-neutral synthetic fuel in Chile, which they've apparently been testing out in the 911. The legacy automaker is really ready to commit to achieving this milestone, since in CEO Bloom's words, they are the first major car manufacturer, and they want to be an automotive role model to commit to the goal. Compared to Porsche, General Motors is planning to offer EVs exclusively by 2035, with plans to be carbon neutral by 2040. Smaller automakers like Volvo will be joining in later in 2040. The good news is that Porsche feels like the shift to electric will be beneficial for the franchise. Company CFO Lutz Menschitz said that himself during a separate media call. The statement is certainly a different tune from the automakers that have been targetedly selling EVs to meet regulations, and that too at a loss. To inspire confidence, Lutz brought up how Taycan is currently profitable and how it's on the path to ranking in double-digit margins. At the moment, the company is working on increasing its operating profit to $11.9 billion by 2025 by $3.6 billion every year after that. It's obvious that Menschitz is committed to making sure that the same kind of profits for the EV products as the company's combustion engine models. These goals are directly in line with Porsche's parent company, Volkswagen. More importantly, to achieve these goals, the company will be working on building 6 battery cell factories in Europe by 2030. Porsche has been doing rather well overall, as it has brought in amazing numbers even during the coronavirus pandemic. The company's revenue record was $34 billion in 2020. It was impressive because not only did the company manage to achieve those numbers during a pandemic, but it was an improvement from the previous year's number as well, where the company only managed to make $119 million. So there's little doubt about Porsche being able to achieve its EV goals. While a Porsche hybrid is far away at the moment, consumers can mark their calendars for an all-electric Macan that's set to debut later this year in 2023. What's more, Porsche will be releasing a battery-powered 718 as well in 2025. That said, Porsche will be coming out with an electric sports car sometimes in the future. It might not be the 911, but it could be the 718 Cayman and the Boxster. All in all, there's little we can say about how Porsche's EV's journey will turn out, but one thing is for sure. With the way the market is opening up to electrification, Porsche is bound to find its standing somewhere. Until next time, bye now.